Here's Phil to tell you more.
Those channels, DSP Reacts and DSP Throwback, are not very profitable channels for me. Why? Well, number one, because I only stream on them once a week. Number two, because the videos on the channels don't get a lot of views. And number three, because a lot of the content over there, particularly on the React channel, gets demonetized. Okay? Today, Sunday, these streams are the big streams where, because I'm streaming content on those channels, I can actually make them profitable. And they threw money at him like crazy. And then finally, like a scam artist, he danced around stream like a preacher. And hallelujah, the money's coming in. Hallelujah. Things such as super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, and tips today particularly help a ton to keep those side projects viable. I like doing the React content and I like doing the throwback content. But right now, the only thing that really keeps them afloat, honestly, is the contributions that I get on these streaming days on Sunday, you know? So if you like the content that I'm doing that's not gameplay, please support the streams today. If you support this stream right now, this counts towards the React channel. I always carry over, you know? If tip comes in, I carry that over to the React channel, you see? So please consider supporting the streams today. As you know, I have a goal of, I try to get $50 per stream for tips. If I do that, I consider the stream a success. Please tip me tonight.
I'm making no money whatsoever on DSP Gaming. I need you to help support everything.
If I don't do that, well, it's not the end of the world. Plus, there's other contributions. Super chats, memberships, all help a ton. Okay? They do. But that's my goal, to try to hit $50 in tips every stream. So if you like the React stuff today, please support the stream. All right? And thank you for hanging out with me on a day when I'm not doing gameplay stuff. I know it's different. And I like the fact that there's people who come by to hang out for my podcast, to come by for React stuff, and it's different kind of content.
In the future, as I said, I'm not going to be able to do as much of this playing games or this playing games.
Instead, it's going to have to be other content. You know, I'm not going to be able to be doing all this as I get older and older, right? So I want to diversify, and I'm hoping these steps are working for people getting used to me making other kinds of content. All right.
As of right now, I have no tips whatsoever to shout out. Not a single tip has come in.
I sat there and I covered my face and I seriously teared up because I'm like, this is disgusting.
Unless it's not refreshing, but I see nothing. So again, what I want to reiterate is that this stream, the goal is $50 by the end of the React show. It would be great if we could hit that. So by the way, guys, can we check? Let's see if my tip link is working, only because it's very odd that we're at the end of a podcast and I have no tips. It almost never happens.
Hint,
So I just want to make sure that my tips are working.
So, hint, I just care about money. I just can't help it. I'm so just enveloped in greed and money. I need money. I need money.
I'm certainly not saying that they're not. Nope, the page is there. I guess there's no one wanted the tip so far today. All right. As long as it's working. I must reiterate. Please put your name in a tip if you want me to shout it out and attribute it to you. I do not know who tips come from. They do. Let me put it this way. When I get a tip, the information I get is simple. The message you sent and the amount. If I go into PayPal, then I can actually see the email address that the tip came from. And I can verify if it's an email address that I recognize. Some of you use email addresses that are obviously easy to figure out, and others are just completely different email addresses. I don't know. So there's no way I would associate it with anybody. So that's all I see. I don't get to see your information. Well, Jordan, if you didn't want the credit, then why did you just claim the credit in the chat? There you go. At least the tip worked. Now we know the tips link worked. No, see, that's correct. For example, this has happened before. Someone, like, there's an anonymous tip that comes in, right? And then someone has actually, this has happened before, someone in the chat be like, oh, that was me. And like, they're adamant, no, that was me who tipped. Like, oh yeah, well, tell me the email address it came from. And they can't do it. And they come to find out they're lying. They're trying to take credit for someone else's contribution so that basically they'll get like their butt kissed or something, which is silly because I don't kiss anyone's butt anyway. You know that. I do a shout out. I'll put you on the leaderboard, but no one around here gets special treatment or preferential treatment, right? So
That I find that really ridiculous. That there's people that would actually like lie and be like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and it wasn't, right? So I have a backup to confirm. I was asked, "Well, what's the email address that the tip came from?" And if you don't know it, then obviously you lied, right? Boo! You suck.
fuck you. All right, guys, last chance. If you have anything last minute you want to talk about, if not, we're gonna end the show and we're gonna scoot over to DSP Reacts and get that React show going. Any last minute topics that you need to discuss? Any burning questions to get answered?
So, hint.
So,
Hint.
so,
Hint.